Hello and welcome. I'm a hotelier professional, and it's my pleasure to welcome all of you, the students of Europe Hotel School, to your online learning journey. So what does true 7-star service really look like today? Well, it's so much more than just fancy amenities. It's a complete protocol for serving the world's most elite clientele. Today, we're diving deep into what's called the 7-star protocol to really understand the mindset and the skills you'll need to deliver legendary hospitality.
And I want to be clear, this isn't just theory from a textbook. No way. These are practical, real-world strategies that are being used right now in the world's top hotels. We're going to break down the key principles that professionals use to cater to a very specific and, let's be honest, a very demanding type of guest.
All right, so here's our roadmap for today. The 7-star protocol is really built on 6 core pillars. We'll start by redefining what VIP even means, and we'll go all the way through to mastering global cultural fluency. Getting these right is what separates merely good service from something truly legendary.
So let's start with the most fundamental shift, and trust me, this one is a big one. What does today's elite guest actually want? Because the answer has changed dramatically.
You know that old idea of a VIP who wants to make a flashy entrance to be seen by everyone? You can pretty much forget that. It's completely outdated. For today's high-net-worth individual, the ultimate luxury is privacy. They want to be protected, shielded, and, essentially, invisible.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? In a world where everyone is always online and always visible, the greatest luxury isn't a bigger suite or a fancier car. It's the ability to completely disappear. And our job as 7-star hoteliers is to make that disappearance happen seamlessly.
And that idea leads us perfectly into our next point. You see, serving a modern VIP is never, ever about just one person. To do it right, you have to cater to their entire support network, their entire ecosystem.
This is what we call the entourage protocol. And the core idea is to stop looking at the guest as an individual and start seeing them as the center of an ecosystem. Everyone in their circle, from their personal assistant to their security detail, gets that same 7-star level of respect. Why? Because they are the gatekeepers to the guest's peace of mind.
So who exactly is in this ecosystem? Well, it's everyone. Their private security, their personal assistants, the nannies for their children, specialized chefs, tutors, you name it. You have to support every single one of them as if they were the main guest.
Here's a little piece of wisdom that every experienced manager knows. If the personal assistant is calm, happy, and feels supported, the guest's experience will be absolutely seamless. It's that simple. When you take care of their team, you are taking care of them.
Of course, even with the best planning in the world, things go wrong. It's inevitable. And handling this kind of clientele requires immense psychological resilience. It's not about avoiding mistakes. It's about mastering the recovery.
So here's the real test, right? When a mistake happens, how do you turn it into a highlight? A simple, "I'm sorry" isn't going to cut it. The real goal is to fix the problem in a way that actually makes your relationship with the guest even stronger.
There's a very precise 3-step method for this. First, you acknowledge the breach. You have to recognize that, to them, this isn't some small error. It's a crack in the perfect experience they expect. Second, you deliver a decisive resolution. Fix it fast with 0 excuses. And finally, you offer a conciliatory gesture, a thoughtful, personalized act that completely flips that negative experience into a memorable, positive one.
Okay, now we need to talk about the absolute, non-negotiable foundation of this entire relationship. Without this next piece, nothing else we've discussed even matters. We are talking about absolute discretion.
There is a huge difference between standard discretion and what's required at this level. Standard policy is about protecting guests from the outside world. 7-star confidentiality is about creating what we call a circle of trust on the inside. No details about the guest, their habits, their conversations are ever discussed outside the immediate need-to-know team, period.
And let's be really clear about the stakes. A single lapse in judgment, just one casual comment, can destroy a career. It can destroy a hotel's reputation. At this level, confidentiality isn't just a policy, it's the very currency you trade in. So, that's the mindset. But how do you actually execute this kind of service? Well, it all comes down to mastering the art of unobtrusive presence, which is just a fancy way of saying you're everywhere you're needed without ever being in the way.
We call this knowledge-based service. And you have to remember, these guests value their time above absolutely everything else. They don't want a list of options. They want solutions. They expect you to be a peer-level professional who anticipates their needs and provides vetted, tailored, expert answers with maximum efficiency.
And in practice, this goes way, way beyond simple restaurant recommendations. We're talking about knowing the landing requirements for a specific private helicopter or sourcing a rare vintage of wine they might have mentioned offhand months ago. You have to become an expert in their world.
And finally, we arrive at the pinnacle skill. This is what separates a truly great hotelier from a legendary one. It's the ability to navigate the complexities of a global clientele with grace and with intelligence.
This is known as cultural and social literacy. It's the ability to adapt your entire service style, from how you communicate to gift-giving etiquette to a guest's specific international background. It means you understand and honor their traditions implicitly, without ever having to be told.
Ultimately, this is the goal. This is what it's all about. Mastering all of these pillars serves one single purpose: creating a true global home for the world's most demanding travelers, a place where they feel completely and totally understood.
So, to bring it all together, the 7-Star Protocol is a combination of that practical knowledge, a very unique professional mindset, and highly specialized skills. Our mission is to empower you with these very things. We are truly honored to support you on your learning path.
So, I'll leave you with this final thought, a question that really gets to the very core of this entire philosophy. Are you ready to provide the ultimate luxury, the luxury of disappearance? We wish you every success in your hospitality careers. Thank you.